Hello! So for this magnetic fluid experiment, I've gathered all the necessary materials. So I have printer toner, I have vegetable oil, and then I have a couple of the rare earth magnets, and then a few of our little beakers and some measuring tools. So I know for the printer toner, I'm supposed to pour out a fair amount of it. I believe in the video they said around like 50 milliliters. So pouring that out right now. Okay, it's a little bit more than 50 milliliters, so I'll be sure to adjust the vegetable oil with that as well. Alrighty, so here we have this. And now I believe they said around 1 to 2 tablespoons of the vegetable oil. All right, I double checked it and it said around 2 tablespoons. So we'll probably do around 2, 2.5. Okay. I'm gonna try and be able to show this on camera. Okay, that's 1 tablespoon. Now we have the second. And I remember in the video they said that they want to mix it so that it forms kind of like a nice, like thinner liquid consistency. Because they said if it's thicker, then you might need to add some more oil. So I'm just adding 2 with a little bit of change just because there's more toner than anticipated. Alrighty. Now I have a straw to mix it. So we're going to start mixing. It's definitely going to take a little while, so I might just pause the video and then come back once it's all mixed. But oh no, it is turning into a little bit of a thicker consistency now. Okay. You can tell. You can see the way it slides all around. Okay, so this is definitely a liquid consistency now. So then, I'm gonna put the stirring stick aside. Alrighty, so I ended up adding a tiny bit more vegetable oil, and now I have the perfect consistency. It's a very thin type of mixture, and I will pour it down, or I'll push the camera down so you guys can see what I'm doing. But now they tell you to pour it into like kind of like a smaller container just so you can handle it a little bit easier. So as you can see, it's a pretty decent consistency now. Alrighty. Okay, so, oh no, got that on the table. So now is when we are supposed to tilt it over and watch the reaction happen. So hopefully I don't get this on my laptop or anything like that. But I have the rare earth magnets, and so you're supposed to push it to the bottom of the cup, and you're supposed to be able to see some like bubbles forming. Okay, definitely don't think I see any of that forming. I'll try this again and see if I get any different results, but wonder why. All right, I tried it again, and I figured if it worked this second time that I would record it the way I just did, just with like the magnet hovering over the fluid again. However, it did not work again, so based on this assumption of the experiment not working, I'm assuming, because it was the right consistency and it was the right ingredients, I'm just assuming that it was most likely then probably not a strong enough magnet, which I did purchase the type of magnet that was discussed, like the rare earth magnet, but I was at Home Depot and a few other stores and they said that that was the strongest magnet that they had. So I'm guessing maybe just would have been for the next time, if you were to repeat this experiment, would have been fair enough to probably special order something more like industrial grade, like magnetic, with like that type of stronger magnet. However, now I can start to begin to explain had this experiment worked, kind of like the reasonings behind it and how it would have created that magnetic fluid, along with what it means. So the reason that this works when you're adding and making this fluid, like of oil and the other fluid of the printer toner, is because those particles are moving around freely in the fluid. As you see, the liquid is just pretty thin. It can move all around the graduated cylinder, the beaker, whatever you end up using. But when you're adding in the separate entity of the rare earth magnets, if it's powerful enough to magnetize and there's a magnet nearby, that's when the particles then become temporarily magnetized within the tube. And they form like these types of structures, which if you would have watched the video, you'd see those. I will try one more time to recreate it because I looked at a different method to do it. So stay tuned to see if that works. But that's what causes that ferrofluid to act more like a solid, which creates those little spikes that you'd see that's retained from the oil and toner mixing with the magnet from beneath. However, when you remove that magnet, it's like demagnetized, that fluid that you made, and the ferrofluid that we created acts like a plain liquid again. So overall, what we basically explain is just that ferrofluid that you're making from the YouTube video that we were shown is essentially just made out of these tiny little particles of like coated magnetite suspended in the liquid. Bring the magnet around, turns into this liquid with a solid on top, these little spikes, take it away, the temporary magnetism is no longer there. So it's a really cool experiment, and I hope that it potentially works, but I'll keep you updated. All right, I gave it one more shot, and I poured some more of the printer toner mixed with vegetable oil on my table, as the instructions had said, and I'm having the magnet underneath the table. It should form those spikes still to be magnetized from those particles. However, again, I'm just gonna go with the fact that these probably just aren't strong enough. So I just wanted to give it another shot, but I'm glad you all listened to my explanation, and I hope that you enjoyed the presentation because I enjoyed doing this experiment. Even though it didn't work, I thought it was a really cool concept. So I looked into a lot more videos of people doing it and successfully doing it as well. So thank you, and have a great day.